Congrats on making it to day 3. Today, you'll get to do your first full yoga practice. Sink back into a child's pose. Separate your knees wide. Bring your toes together to touch. And stretch your arms out in front. Rest your forehead on the ground. Start to deepen your inhales and deepen your exhales. Take 2 more breaths here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then inhale, lift up to a tabletop position. Hands under shoulders, knees right under hips. Then inhale, cow pose. Lift your heart, lift your chin, stick your tail high. And then exhale, cat pose. Push the mat away, round your upper back, and tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, cow. Soften your elbows, lift your heart. And exhale, cat. Push and round. One more. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, back to tabletop. Then push up and back to our first downward facing dog. Send your hips high to create that V shape. Then soften your chest toward the ground. Soften your heels toward the floor. Take a few breaths here and feel the opening in your chest, in your back, and all along the back sides of your legs. Move into a vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat as one solid piece. Inhale, lift your heart, cobra pose. Little weight in the hands, back muscles engaged. Then exhale, lower down. Inhale, push back to tabletop. And exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your hands and hang out in a ragdoll. Step your feet as wide as your hips. Bend your knees deeply. Grab for opposite elbows and then hang your head. Completely release any effort in your upper body. Release your elbows and slowly rise all the way up, rolling the shoulders back and down to Tadasana, hands by your sides. Now we're going to move through a slight variation on the sun salutations we did last time. So inhale, send your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, take a long breath in. Exhale, step the left foot back, low lunge. From here, drop the back knee down to the floor and inhale as you lift your arms up to the sky, crescent lunge. You should feel an opening in the front of your left thigh. To deepen into that stretch, pull your right hip back as you send the left hip forward. Take a deep breath in here. Reach the hands high to the sky. Then exhale, plant the palms to the mat. Push through the hands to suck the knee into the core. Then pluck the right foot off the ground and step it back to downward facing dog. Vinyasa from here. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Drop the knees or keep them lifted. Then exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flip the feet, straighten the arms, knees off the ground, heart stretches forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift from the core and send your hips high. Walk to the top of the mat. Then exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, Tadasana. Second side, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crescent lunge. Step your right foot back. Lower your right knee down and inhale as you reach the arms up overhead. Pull the left hip back. Push the right hip forward. Breath out. Take a deep breath in. Reach tall. And exhale. Plant your palms and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, don't let your hips sag, chaturanga or belly. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Flip the feet and then let your ankles soften toward the floor. Stay here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's add three-legged dog pose. Keep everything where it is. Just sweep your right leg up to the sky. Keep the legs straight, toes pointing down to the mat. Exhale, add knee to nose. Shift forward like a plank, but keep the right foot off the ground. Bring the right knee toward your nose and push through the hands and round your back to really lift the knee high off the ground. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Hip shift back. Right foot goes back up to the sky. Exhale, step forward, low lunge. Use the same pushing and rounding action to try to lift your foot all the way forward between your hands. If it doesn't make it all the way there, adjust however you need to get to a low lunge shape. Settle your front knee right over your ankle. Then inhale, high lunge, lift your arms overhead. And exhale, warrior two. Left toes point out to the left, arms open out to a T. Take a deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Bend a little deeper into that front knee. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Right arm up and back, side body stretch. Exhale, dance forward, extended side angle. Right elbow to thigh, left arm overhead. One long line from your left toes to your left fingertips. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Release to peaceful warrior. Take a big breath in. Let's add on triangle pose. Straighten the front leg and start to reach the right arm forward toward the front of the room. Once you can't reach any farther, drop the right hand to the right shin and then stretch the left arm straight up to the sky. Just like an extended side angle pose, roll the left shoulder back so that your chest aims to the side or even up to the sky. Take a breath in here. Feel the stretch in your right inner thigh. Deep breath out, soften your face. Inhale, peaceful warrior, bend the front knee. Exhale, low lunge. Cartwheel the hands down and lift the back heel. Inhale, firm your hands into the ground. Then exhale, knee to core, step it back to downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Second side. Inhale, lift your left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Shift forward, bring your knee toward your nose. Push down to lift the knee higher. Inhale, three-legged dog. Left leg back up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Stay with your breath. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Left arm to sky. Exhale, triangle. Straighten the front leg, reach forward, then left hand to shin, right hand to sky. Hold here. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk to the top of the mat. When you get there, separate your feet as wide as your hips for Padangusthasana. Take a big bend in your knees and lower your belly down to connect to your thighs. From here, take your index and middle fingers, or peace fingers, and wrap them around your big toes. Take a big breath in. Then exhale, lower your head down and begin to straighten your legs. As you do, maintain the contact between your belly and your thighs so that your fold really targets the hamstring muscles, which sits at the back of your legs just below your sit bones. In Padangusthasana, you can pull with your hands to deepen the stretch, but try to keep your neck and shoulders relaxed as you pull yourself deeper into the fold. Take a few breaths here. Release your toes and roll up slowly. Tadasana. Let's hit our first balancing posture, tree pose. Shift all of the weight to your right foot and pluck the left foot up off the ground. Connect the bottom of your left foot to your right ankle, your calf, or maybe grab the foot and connect it to your right inner thigh. Just don't let it rest directly on the right knee. We don't want any added pressure there. Once your foot is set, let your hands come to a prayer at heart center. If you're feeling wobbly in this pose, that's totally normal. You can help yourself balance by fixing your gaze on a spot on the ground or anywhere in front of you. Keep the breath slow and focused. And if you fall out of the tree, just come right back. Release and switch sides. Shift the weight to your left foot and bring the right foot to your ankle, shin, or thigh. Then bring your hands to heart center. Set your gaze and balance here. Release the foot down, Tadasana. Now let's learn the basics of a twisting pose. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot back and lower the left knee down. Bring the arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to a prayer and begin to rotate your chest to the right. Stay upright and try to imagine rotating your left ribs to face the right side. You want your twist to feel like this, with a long spine and the rotation happening in the low rib cage rather than in the neck or the shoulders. From here, we can add leverage to get deeper into the twist. Take your left elbow and hook it on the outside of your right knee. Now, as you twist to the right, push the right hand into the left to twist deeper. Take a breath in as you rotate your chest to the sky. Breath out. Push the right hand into the left to twist a little more. Release and bring the hands back down. Low lunge. Then step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot back, second side. Lower the back knee down. Bring the hands to a prayer and start twisting the rib cage to the left. Then hook the right elbow outside the front knee and push the hands into each other to twist even more. Inhale as you lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. Push the hands into each other. One more here. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Twist as you exhale. Low lunge. Release the hands down. And step back to downward facing dog. Bring your knees to the mat and make your way to a seat with your feet out in front. Let's add Janu Shirshasana. Lengthen your left leg and place the bottom of the right foot against your left inner thigh, just like we did for our tree pose. Then let your right knee fall to the floor. Inhale to sit up tall and aim your torso toward your left foot. Then exhale, fold at the hips and reach for the left calf or foot. You can pull with your hands to deepen into the stretch, but just like in all our folds, the goal is to bend at the hips rather than just rounding the back. So instead of thinking of pulling your head down, imagine that you're trying to pull your chest straight out past your foot. When you feel a good stretch in your left hamstring, inhale to lengthen your spine one last time. Then exhale, release your head down toward the ground and just melt into the stretch. Come back to a seat and switch sides. Right foot forward, left foot to right inner thigh. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, reach for your right foot or calf. Take a few breaths to ease into the stretch, reaching your chest past your extended leg. Then inhale one last time to lengthen. And exhale, release down. Come back to a seat and lay back on the mat. Pull your knees into your chest and hug them in tight. Then exhale, supine twist. Let the knees fall to the left side. Lay your right arm long to the right. And turn your gaze to the right. Completely relax. Let gravity do the work here. Inhale, bring your knees back to center, then drop them to the right and gaze left. Inhale, bring the knees back to the center, and then move to happy baby pose. Separate the knees wider than your rib cage. Reach for the inside or outside of the feet or even the hamstrings, and then pull down. Relax your head back onto the mat. Release the feet. Wrap your arms around your knees as you bring them into your chest. Give yourself a big hug and curl up into a tiny ball, forehead to knees. Take a big inhale here. Then exhale, release everything down to the floor. Shavasana pose. Lay the legs out long. Let the feet flop out to the sides. Let the arms flop out to the sides. And lay entirely still. We always end our practice in this pose. Take a moment here to observe your mind and your body. You may feel a sense of calm or spaciousness as you rest. Feel free to stay here as long as you like, or maybe roll over to your right side and make your way up to a seated position. Thank you for sharing your practice with us. Namaste.